Why wasn't Patrick Clancy searching for his kids when he got home that fateful day? Patrick Clancy got home from running the errands that his wife Lindsay had set him on and found the house was quiet and dark. He walked around and went upstairs, found a bedroom door locked. When he opened it, he went inside and seen some blood on the ground. Now, when he looked out of that second-story window, he seen Lindsay laying on the ground below. So he ran downstairs and outside to be with her. When he caught up with her, he asked, "What happened?" And she said, "I tried to take my own life. The kids are in the basement." The kids are in the basement. So Patrick calls 911 and he stays there on the ground outside with Lindsay until first responders arrive. He then ran to the basement and, to his shock, found all three of his children with exercise bands around their neck. Now, I find it so confusing why he would not have immediately searched for those kids. He got home and the house was quiet. That's weird. You have an 8-month-old, you have a 3-year-old, and you have a 5-year-old. You know what they do? They scream. They talk. If they're in the basement, it's scary. They would cry. A 3-year-old would cry at that. A 5-year-old would cry at that. An 8-month-old would cry for nothing. You would hear noises. Wouldn't you walk in your empty house and say, "That's weird"? And when Lindsay said the kids were in the basement, wouldn't you think, "That's weird. Why are the kids in the basement?" But when Lindsay said the kids were in the basement, he just stayed there. I'm sorry, I would have said, "Lindsay, stay here for a second," which she would have, and I would have ran to the basement to check on those kids. And given the fact that they had exercise bands around their neck, those minutes were pivotal. I just cannot believe that he stayed there with Lindsay. I would have been like, "I'm sorry, I have to step away. I have to step away and find my kids." What do you guys think? Does that seem like odd behavior to you? Maybe it's just a mom's perspective, but I really would have just left my wife there to go find my kids, 100%. I would also just like to point out that I'm in no way blaming Patrick for what happened, but until this court case comes out, I would be very curious to know his part, especially considering the way he's behaving so similar to Rusty Yates in the way that Rusty was deeply involved in his situation with Andrea.